tonight on First at 9, this Wednesday, the 1st of May 2024. The working class. Government to increase minimum daily wage of estate workers to 1,700. President Ranil Wickremesinghe says a law comprising conditions in the IMF agreement will be presented to Parliament soon. Politically correct. Opposition leader Sajith Premadasa vows to provide political solutions for ethnic and religious issues and to fully implement the 13th Amendment. Presidential candidate. Sri Lanka Freedom Party finalizes its candidate for the upcoming presidential election. Connected. The ferry service between India's Tamil Nadu and Sri Lanka set to commence.
ඔබේ විශ්වාසය දිනු සෙන්සුරයින් දැන් ළඟම ඇති ෆාමසියෙන් ලබාගත හැක.
This is Derana First at 9 with Indivadi Amuata. Live from Studio 24 in Colombo.
And a very warm welcome. You're joining us tonight on First at 9, bringing you the very latest from international news, and here at home we have the developments for you. But we take you to your top stories and developments in May Day rallies here in Sri Lanka. The working community across the globe celebrated the International Labour Day today, commemorating the struggles and gains made by workers and the labour movement. The origins of the May Day can be traced back to the late 19th century, when workers across the globe began demanding better working conditions, fair wages and shorter working hours. In his special May Day message, President Ranil Wickremesinghe highlighted the government's commitment in removing the working class from poverty and securing their rights through initiatives such as Aswasuma and Urumaya programs.
Although the 1st of May was initially observed as a Northern Hemisphere Spring Festival, the day was later associated with the labour movement in the 19th century after trade unions and socialist groups decided to designate the day in support of the working class. This decision came into effect in memory of Chicago's Haymarket Affair, which took place on the 4th of May in 1886, when labour protests advocating for an 8-hour workday turned violent, resulting in the deaths of 7 police officers and 4 to 8 civilians. Ultimately, 60 others were also injured before the end of the violence that evolved between the police and the labour protesters. In 1889, the 1st of May was designated as a day in support of workers in commemoration of the Haymarket riot in Chicago. Since then, May Day, which is also referred to as International Workers' Day, is celebrated across the world, including in Sri Lanka. In his May Day message, President Ranil Wickremesinghe appreciated the working class of Sri Lanka for bearing the hardships during the economic crisis and for driving the economy forward amidst adversity. The head of state further underscored that the economy is currently on an upward trajectory, backed by the curbing of inflation and stabilizing of the currency. President Wickremesinghe also highlighted the commitment of the government in uplifting the working class from poverty and securing their rights through initiatives such as Aswasuma and Urumaya. The president extended his invitation to all political parties to join hands in charting a path towards a prosperous future for the nation. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena acknowledged the support and contribution by the working communities in rebuilding the Sri Lankan economy. In his May Day message, the Premier went on to say that the government will work to strengthen the public sector, private sector and the self-employed as strong economic forces, and highlighted the pivotal role played by the farmers of the country in making the country self-sufficient with food. The Prime Minister further stressed the need to work together with determination to build the country while protecting the rights that have been secured, and added that the working people, employers, federations and the government should work with tripartite understanding. The opposition leader Sajith Premadasa also issued a May Day message. In his message, he stated that this year's May Day celebrations come amidst the concerning issues faced by the working class of the country. The opposition leader further added that thousands of micro, small and medium-scale businesses, which are the economic backbone of the country, have closed down and unemployment remains on the rise currently. The leader of the opposition went on to say that it is the responsibility of everyone to build a responsible government, and it is high time that everyone come together to appoint a new government and a leader that is in the interest of the people.
ජීවිතේ හැම තැනකදීම ස්මාර්ට් වෙන්න. පොලිය විතරක් ගෙවාගෙන යන්න. CDB Smart Draft.
Highlighting the importance of protecting the hard-won gains following the economic crisis, President Ranil Wickremesinghe called on all members of the opposition to join hands with the government to protect the people of the nation. Addressing the United National Party May Day rally, President Ranil Wickremesinghe, deviating from the agreement reached with the International Monetary Fund, will have detrimental impacts on the country's future. In order to ensure that successive governments do not deviate from this path, the President said that a new law governing IMF conditions will be presented to Parliament, but urged all members of Parliament to support passing of the legislation.
The May Day rally of the United National Party was held this afternoon at the PD Sirisena grounds in Maligavatta under the patronage of President Ranil Wickremesinghe.
අපි දකිනවා එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ මේ දින සැමරුම සමග සහභාගී වන්නට සෑම කලට නිර්මාණය කළ ශ්‍රී ලංකා ප්‍රජාතාන්ත්‍රික සමාජවාදී ජනරජයේ ගරු ජනාධිපතිතුමන් රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මැතිතුමන් මේ අභිමානවත් මේ දින සැමරුම සමග එකතු වන මොහොත
මිට අවුරුදු දෙකකට කලින් හෙට දවස ජීවත් වෙන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා
2 years ago, Sri Lanka had people who were thinking about how to survive. But now large crowds of people are gathering in cities to celebrate the International Workers' Day. We achieved this situation because President Ranil Wickremesinghe resurrected the country's economy within a short period of time. There's a large group of people who are waiting for a salary increment. The increments they received are not sufficient. What we have to do is swiftly achieve economic growth. That is why we need to protect the president. Without his leadership, this program will collapse.
මොකද එතුමා නැත්තම් මේ වැඩපිළිවෙල කඩා වැටෙනවා.
එතුමා කතා කරන්නේ ඇත්ත.
The president speaks the truth. He does what he says. His actions speak, and by looking at the country, it is visible. We have just overcome bankruptcy. We have a long way to go.
The United National Party will be celebrating next year's May Day under the leadership of the president elected with the highest voter turnout in the country's election history.
Some people say that the UNP is now over. Some say the UNP needs to be buried. We had to save the country's economy at a time it was going to collapse. I felt very happy on my way here. There are marches around Colombo. SLPP's May Day rally is at Campbell Park. The SJB's rally is in Chatham Street. Digambaran's rally is in Thalawakale. CWC's event is in Kotagala. And JVP's rally is in Jaffna. This is the democracy that we have restored. Some people say I'm a dictator. Right now, anyone can hold meetings and blame me. However, this wasn't the case 2 years ago. The opposition leader was assaulted and chased from the Golface area. We have provided him with the freedom to lead a crowd into Chatham Street now. Isn't that what you refer to as democracy? Tell me who came to take the responsibility for the country. Did the JVP do so? In the end, I had to do that. The party that I led had a single seat representation in parliament, which was just myself. The responsibility was handed over to me when everyone ran away, so I accepted it. Can you all believe the present status of the country? We prevented attempts at sabotage. We had to take tough decisions. Sometimes it is difficult to take them. Hasn't the rupee been appreciated or not? We achieved this status by surpassing great difficulties. We reached an agreement. Are we going to protect this or go back to 2022? I request that the other parties not act against this agreement. Do not try to deviate from this. In order to protect the people, I request that they reach a consensus with the government to protect the status that we have achieved. I will present a law comprising conditions in the IMF agreement to Parliament. I request everyone to provide their support for that.
Meanwhile, leader of the Sri Lanka Potujana Peramuna and former President Mahinda Rajapaksa says the citizens must be mindful not to grant leadership of the country to people who have destroyed a better future for the nation. He said this addressing the party May Day rally held at the Campbell Park in Colombo.
The May Day rally of the Sri Lanka Potujana Peramuna commenced this afternoon at the Campbell Park in Colombo. The rally was held under the leadership of SLPP founder Basil Rajapaksa and national organizer Namal Rajapaksa, along with ministers and parliamentarians of the party.
Basil Rajapaksa Mettumata, Sri Lanka Potujana Peramunata.
Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena also joined the rally. Party leader and former President Mahinda Rajapaksa joined the rally shortly after.
There are a few strange people in the NPP. They said that after we started to build the port city, we would no longer have a Sigiriya. They said that we were going to destroy the Sigiriya rock to build the port city. They stopped the Umayo project, claiming water seepage that will drown the Bandaragam area and kill its residents. The loss from that is 9 billion rupees per year.
Our policies might not align, but we elected a president within this short time period for a common goal. Even though our ideologies do not match, we were a party that always put the country first, especially as a political force that is mentored by the former President Mahinda Rajapaksa. We have to modernize ourselves to face modern political issues, but that doesn't mean we are going to westernize ourselves.
You know that some people think the working community can be brought to the streets on days like this. They plan to keep you as pawns in these street fights. Some people categorize you as a security or labor based on your height. After doing that, they come on stage and address you with affection only on days like this. This is why this May Day rally is crucial. We must leave the question to where this country will go following the next presidential election to the citizens of this nation. But we sincerely urge you not to support people who have done the worst wrong to the country and destroy the future of this country.
Opposition leader Sajith Premadasa asserts that a Samagi Janabalawega government will address Sri Lanka's pressing political concerns affecting the minority communities. To that effect, Premadasa promised to fully implement the 13th Amendment to the Constitution. The opposition leader made those claims during SJB's May Day rally in Colombo today.
Sri Lanka's main opposition party, the Samagi Janabalawega, organised 2 May Day rallies this year, with one rally being held in Colombo and the other in Nuwara. A May Day march organised in Colombo commenced from the Gunasinghapura Stadium this afternoon and made its way to Chatham Street in Colombo, where they commenced May Day celebrations.
The
SJB rally in Nuwara was organised by the Tamil Progressive Alliance. SJB leader Sajith Premadasa participated in both rallies.
We have gathered at a place which is historically important. This is where the citizens of this country started their fight against Gotabaya Rajapaksa's government.
When we got to know that there will be around 150,000 people coming today, we wanted to get the biggest venue in Colombo. But President Ranil Wickremesinghe gave that venue to the JVP, betrayed his supporters and is now heading towards defeat. We will win the upcoming presidential election by a margin of 500,000 votes. We also plan to take over the UNP under our control.
By uniting with the ethnic majority of this country, we will find sustainable solutions for the most critical political issues, which include political issues grappling the minority communities. We will also implement the 13th Amendment to the Constitution. We will initiate a national program stronger than the Janasavya program to eradicate poverty in the country. Through that program, which will be implemented under the Modern Human Settlement Project, we will provide houses for the underprivileged. We will also initiate programs to save people from the microloans trap. Our aim is to build a smart country. To make that aim more successful, we will create smart classrooms in 2,500 more schools by the 100th birthday of the late President Ranasinghe Premadasa.
Suhuru pasal bawata vipakshe indagenama pattirimen bawa mang obata satutin nivedana karanata kemathi.
මේ ආර්ථිකය ගොඩ ගන්න
Only we have a practical plan to save this country. They don't want to debate us because they don't have such a plan.
We conducted a survey today. We asked our sample group who they would like to have as their leader. More than 50% of the respondents said that they would like Sajith Premadasa as their leader.
150කට වැඩිය සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාසට ඡන්ද දෙනවා කැමති කියලා අද ප්‍රකාශ කරලා තියෙනවා.
Now, President Ranil Wickremesinghe stresses that the government has increased the minimum daily wage of estate workers to 1,700 rupees. Addressing the May Day rally of the Ceylon Workers' Congress, the head of state assured that the right of the people representing the estate community will be ensured under his leadership.
The May Day rally of the Ceylon Workers' Congress was held at the Kottagala Public Grounds this morning, with President Ranil Wickremesinghe attending as the chief guest. The event was also attended by former President of the Maldives, Mohammed Nasheed.
It is the estate community that struggled the most during this difficult period of time. They suffered a lot. We do not know how they manage their daily lives. However, to build up the economy, they suffered and contributed by plucking tea for our exports. As President, I thank the estate community. We have achieved stability to a certain extent. The rupee is appreciating. Yesterday, Minister Manusha Nanakar took steps to increase the minimum daily wage of estate workers to 1,700 rupees. We have not forgotten the problems of the estate community. These line rooms will be identified as villages. We will take steps by discussing with Minister Jeevan Thondaman. Under my leadership, the rights of the estate community are secured.
මම යටතේ වතුකම්කරු ජනතාවගේ අයිතිවාසිකම් දියුණු වෙනවා කියලා කියන්න කැමතියි.
National Freedom Front leader Wimal Veerawansa claims that President Ranil Wickremesinghe is endangering Sri Lanka's autonomy by entering into the Economic and Technology Cooperation Agreement with India. Meanwhile, leader of the Pivithuru Helaurumeya, Udaya Gammampila, urged the people not to support Anurakumara Dissanayake and the NPP as solution to the current crisis, as they will only exacerbate the prevailing issues. They made these claims while joining the May Day rally jointly organised by the coalition of less leftist political parties.
The May Day march, jointly organised by the leftist political parties, including Sri Lanka Communist Party and the Democratic Left Front, commenced at around 2 p.m. in Narahenpita. The march concluded at the Lalit Athulatmudali grounds in Kirulapena, where the May Day rally was held. Several parliamentarians representing the Supreme Lanka coalition, including National Freedom Front leader Wimal Veerawansa, Pivithuru Helaurumeya leader Udaya Gammampila and leader of the Democratic Left Front Vasudeva Nanayakara, attended the rally.
Gotabaya Rajapaksa destroyed this country and left. However, Ranil Wickremesinghe, who picked up the reins after him, has an even worse track record. The majority of the country's people who have experienced his shortcomings firsthand are firmly against his re-election. The NPP believe that they can secure the support of the majority. However, we will create a nationalist movement that will garner the support of not only the majority but also the few remaining MPP supporters.
Ranil
Wickremesinghe will only hold the presidential election after he is done destroying the country. He is trying to make Sri Lanka the 29th province of India. The next step in that process is signing the EDCA agreement. Anurakumara Dissanayake is no different. He too will enter these disastrous agreements with India. If Rohana Vijayveera was alive today, he will be devastated by the state of the JVP.
Leader of the National People's Power, Anurakumara Dissanayake, expressed confidence that his party has already claimed a 51% voter base that is essential to claim victory in the upcoming presidential election. Addressing the Mathura district rally of the JVP-led NPP, Anura Dissanayake once again expressed his readiness for a debate with Sajith Premadasa and urged him to give a debate before the 20th of May.
The National People's Power held their May Day rallies in Colombo, Anuradhapura, Mathura and Jaffna districts. The rally in Mathura was organised this afternoon under the patronage of party leader Anurakumara Dissanayake.
We have received an opportunity to chase this wicked regime and enter a period of renaissance to build this country.
This is the last May Day rally that the National People's Power is holding at a time when the country is governed by criminals who robbed the country and made the nation a begging state. There are parties that lack proper organisation and discipline. They can only contribute to the deterioration of this country. The National People's Power is the largest political movement that is emerging in Sri Lanka. Some people say that there has to be magic for our previous 3% voter base to become 51%. Without magic, it has already become the reality of Sri Lanka. That is the truth.
The May Day March of the National People's Power commenced at 2 p.m. in front of the BRC grounds.
Chicago nagarයට ඇදියා
Passing Timirigasyaya and Tumulla, the NPP supporters arrived near the Nelumpokuna roundabout where the May Day rally is planned to be held. The rally commenced around 4 p.m. and NPP leader Anurukumara Disanayake joined the rally at around 6:30 p.m.
නව පුනරුද යුගයක් ගොඩනගන ජාතික ජන බලවේගය ඒ ජාතික ජන බලවේගයට මිනිස් සමූහයට යෝධනායකත්වයක් ලබා දෙන
Leader of the Maubima Janata Party, Dilip Jayavira, assures to introduce a program that can fulfill the aspirations of the Labour community in Sri Lanka. Addressing an event at the MJB party headquarters, Jayavira said that the Labour community remains undermined due to the lack of proper leadership.
A dialogue on May Day was held at the headquarters of the Maubima Janata Party under the patronage of its leader Dilip Jayavira.
As a party with a philosophical foundation, we decided not to join any of the traditional May Day rallies. All May Day rallies taking place today attract thousands of people. But those people are not participating to celebrate May Day. They have no knowledge of the significance of May Day. They participate because they are given food to eat along with drinks. The Labour community of this country always stood with leftist ideologies because they believed it was appropriate to do so in order to claim their rights. However, the standards of leftist politics have dropped. They lack proper leadership. As the Maubima Janata Party, we will present a program that is capable of providing happiness to the Labour community. We will begin publicizing our real political agenda today. We have to start work now. As per the Constitution, the presidential election should conclude by October. We have only a few days remaining. We would like to say that the Maubima Janata Sevaka Sangamaya 2 will be launched today.
Sevaka Sangamaya දියත් වෙන්නේ තද.
Welcome back to the news. Former President Maithripala Sirisena asserts that Justice Minister Dr. Vijayadasa Rajapaksa will be the Sri Lanka Freedom Party presidential candidate. Following this announcement, the former president and the Justice Minister attended the May Day rally organised by Maithripala Sirisena's faction of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party in Gampaha. However, Minister Nimal Siripal de Silva's faction of the SLFP refrained from holding a traditional May Day rally in view of the ongoing crisis within the party.
Former President Maithripala Sirisena, who was temporarily barred from functioning as the SLFP's chairman via an interim injunction, attended a celebration commemorating the services of the late Labour Minister T.B. Ilangaratne. Speaking to media, the former president made a revelation about the Sri Lanka Freedom Party's presidential candidate.
Dr.
Vijayadasa Rajapaksa is favoured by the majority of the party. He will be our presidential candidate. He has our complete support.
Following this announcement, the former president attended the May Day rally organised by his faction of the SLFP at the Gampaha Municipal Council grounds. Justice Minister Dr. Vijayadasa Rajapaksa joined the former president at the rally.
First of all, I express my gratitude to all SLFP members who trusted me. The SLFP is a party that always overcame every obstacle put in our path. In 2015, former President Maithripala Sirisena toppled the government that everyone claimed was untouchable. We will do so again.
And in business news, the HSC Cheriyapani passenger ferry service, which had its first journey in 1982, is set to resume operations on the 13th of May. The passenger ferry service will travel between Nagapattinam, Tamil Nadu and Kankasanture in Sri Lanka. The ferry service has restarted on the 14th of October last year after Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi virtually flagged off the service between Nagapattinam and Kankasanture. However, the operations came to a halt about a week after due to monsoon. Now, the ferry service will be operated by InSri Ferry Services Private Limited, a Chennai-based travel operator. It will be a daily service and tickets will be available starting Monday through the company's website sailinsri.com for voyages between the 13th of May and the 15th of November. A ticket from Nagapattinam port to Kankasanture is currently priced at $50 with additional taxes. The price is the same for the return service. The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation reduced the prices of its petroleum products with effect from midnight yesterday. The Lanka Indian Oil Corporation and Sinopec have also revised their fuel prices following the decision of the state fuel supplier.
Ceylon Petroleum Corporation reduced its fuel prices with effect from midnight yesterday. As a result, a litre of 92-octane petrol reduced by 3 rupees to 368 rupees. A 95-octane petrol litre reduced by 20 rupees to 420 rupees, while a litre of auto diesel saw a 30 rupee reduction to 333 rupees. A super diesel litre meanwhile reduced by 9 rupees to 377 rupees. The price of a kerosene litre was reduced by 30 rupees and its new price is now 215 rupees. Against this backdrop, Lanka IOC also revised their fuel prices equal to that of CPC. Prices of a litre of 95-octane petrol, auto diesel and super diesel offered by Sinopec were also revised similar to that of CPC and Lanka IOC. However, the price of a litre of 92-octane offered by the Chinese fuel supplier is 3 rupees lesser than that of both the local and the Indian supplier.
With the fuel price revision last night, cement manufacturing companies announced a retail price reduction of cement. The announcement stated that the price of a 50-kilogram cement bag has been reduced by 50 rupees to 2,400 rupees. The new retail price is effective from today. The price revision reportedly aims to boost the local construction industry by passing on the cost benefit to consumers. Minister of Foreign Affairs Ali Sabri has signed a memorandum of understanding with Saudi Arabia's Minister of Investment Khalid Al Fatih during his visit to attend the World Economic Forum special meeting held in Riyadh. Foreign Minister Sabri stated that the subject of the memorandum of understanding covered investment promotion between the two countries and now how it will help promote investment opportunities in both Sri Lanka and Saudi Arabia. Foreign Minister Sabri also stated that he had a productive meeting with Saudi Arabia's Minister of Economy and Planning, Faisal F. Al-Brahim. They have discussed the enhancement of economic cooperation, including the early finalization of a roadmap for greater economic cooperation. Both ministers have also discussed regional and international issues of mutual interest. Up next, we have Minal Wickremake from Capital Alliance with some thoughts on the current status of the economy on our segment, Economic Outlook.
Shifting gears to the global markets, crude oil prices have been on an upward trajectory. From April 20th to 26th, prices witnessed a significant rise, driven by a surprise drop in the US crude oil stocks and positive sentiments by the US Treasury Secretary, indicating stronger than expected economic growth. Brent and WTI prices increased by $2.76 and $0.90 per barrel respectively during this period. On the liquidity front, Sri Lanka's total outstanding market liquidity as of April 26 stood at a surplus of Rs 109.28 billion, marking a notable increase compared to the previous week's surplus of 43.03 billion rupees. Looking at some interesting developments in the government securities market, yields have fallen considerably. At yesterday's bond auction, the weighted average yield of the 15th March 2026 or the 3 years and 10 months bond fell by 249 basis points, and the 15 May 2030 or 6-year bond fell by 184 basis points.
Taking you to corporate affairs, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka recently hosted the Financial Stability Board Regional Consultative Group for Asia for a discussion on recent financial market developments and vulnerabilities that warrant closer monitoring. With that, here's a look at corporate news in brief.
The Financial Stability Board Regional Consultative Group, co-chaired by the Central Bank Governor Dr. Nandalal Veerasinghe and Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, Eddie Yu, met recently in Colombo. The discussions revolved around recent financial market developments and vulnerabilities that warranted closer monitoring. During the meeting, the group also discussed various ways to promote the implementation of FSB regulatory framework for crypto asset activities across the region and recent developments in artificial intelligence and its growing use in the financial sector. In the meantime, Southern Mice Expo 2024, organised by the Sri Lanka Convention Bureau with the acknowledgement of the Ministry of Tourism and Lands, was officially launched recently. The event, scheduled to take place from the 27th to the 31st of May, aims to position the southern region of the country as the premier destination for meetings, incentives, conferences, exhibitions and events, and elevate the region as a hub for business tourism. SLCB invited 115 MICE buyers from various international markets, providing an exceptional networking opportunity, including business forum, theme night and the familiarization tour of the southern region. Also in corporate, Melco Resorts and Entertainment Limited announced its partnership with John Keells Holdings plc in their $1 billion plus integrated resort development in central Colombo. As part of this partnership, the integrated resort, which was previously branded Cinnamon Life Integrated Resort, will be rebranded as City of Dreams Sri Lanka. Additionally, City of Dreams Sri Lanka will be the first integrated resort in Sri Lanka and South Asia.
Well, that wraps up tonight's edition of First at 9 tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow at the very same time with the latest in local news and international. I'm Indira Yamuatha. Good night.